Hello and welcome to this special coverage on the counting day of the elections that were held for the four state assemblies and one union territories. The counting is already on. The postal ballots have been counted, and thereafter the entire counting in various segments will happen. Initially, I must very clarify at the beginning that the Election Commission site, which also gives the data, up till now they haven't uploaded anything as of now. So whatever information that we are getting regarding the leads, the trends, are from various channels and organizations whose representatives are out on the field at the counting centers and they are feeding information. In West Bengal, for instance, in most of the constituencies, the counting will go on for about 26 rounds. So it would be too early to predict anything as of now. But initial trends suggest that it's a very close fight in West Bengal. But the Bangla channels, as of now, are giving a slight edge to the BJP, especially with the number of seats gained by the BJP in the presidency area, where the TMC did last time very well in these urban, semi-urban pockets of West Bengal. In Tamil Nadu, there seems to be a perfect split of votes in the opposition ranks. TVK is picking votes, but would that be enough to damage DMK, or would those votes create a situation wherein the DMK would manage to win and the AIDMK would end up ceding a lot of space to the TVK? And then there is Assam, where there was a very bitter contest. Initial reports suggest that the NDA, as predicted by exit polls, was doing very, very well. And then we have Kerala, where the UDF, again predicted by the exit pollster, is having an edge as of now. But again, I must insist that these are early days yet. Nothing can be said conclusively about the outcome or the final outcome of the elections. And Puducherry, yes, I forgot, the only union territory which has gone to the polls. There, the non-Congress party, the NRC Congress, is taking a lead as of now. Joining me in this conversation now are correspondents from Kolkata, Anirban Bhaumik, Sumer Karmaka from Guwahati, Arjun Raghunath from Trivandrum, and I'm also being joined in by ETV Sivapriyan from Chennai. First to you, Anirban, I mean, all eyes are on Bengal. What happens in Bengal? It's a state that BJP has never done well. Until 2016, the party's vote share was less than 5%. It had the number of seats was in single digits. Over the years, last 10 years, the party has picked up substantially in terms of number of seats and the vote share. So do you think initial trends suggest that BJP, there is a surge in favor of the BJP, and whether it's enough to take them past the halfway mark?
Well, at this stage it's still a bit early, but the trend suggests that BJP is ahead of the Trinamool Congress at this point of time, Um and I think only the postal ballots are now being counted in 77 counting centers across the state. 293 constituencies, the votes casted in 293 seats are being counted because one seat will go for repoll.
Okay.
BJP's path to power runs decisively through a cluster of around 90 to 100 seats in and around Kolkata, North and South 24 Parganas, and if we can add Murshidabad. So in 2021, the BJP won just a handful of seats in this cluster. So unless that number rises sharply today, it will be slightly difficult for the BJP to get to a majority. North
But
Bengal was the region
But
where the
some of the
BJP.
some of the districts, for instance, Howrah, if I'm not wrong, tell me, where TMC did exceptionally well. This is again an area around Kolkata where BJP seems to be picking votes, isn't it,
Yes,
Anirban?
yes. We have seen results coming in from constituencies like Baruipur and other areas around Kolkata. So this actually suggests that BJP has, if we go by the trend so far, the BJP has obviously made a breakthrough in this region.
Because Anand Bazar, the numbers which I was looking at in Howrah, I think they were out of 8 seats as of now. I think they're giving six to BJP and two to TMC in terms of the leads as of now.
Yes, and that's significant for the
Yeah.
BJP because that's a region this region actually is the main challenging one for the BJP, because this is where the TMC did very well in the last election. So unless the BJP can do some better, much better than its previous performance, then it will be very difficult for the BJP. So if BJP is doing well in this region, that's a good sign for the BJP.
Okay. Thank you, Nirvan. I'll come back to you later. Let's go to Sivapriya in Chennai. Sivapriya, what do you read of the initial trends as they pour in?
It looks like Vijay's Tamadaga Vettikaragam has taken a complete lead in the postal votes, in the sense like they are the difference between, according to News 18 Tamil Nadu, the difference between the DMK and TVK in postal votes is just about 9 to 10 seats, and the ADMK is trailing behind Vijay's TVK. So these are just initial trends, as you pointed out, Sumit. But it looks like the TVK has actually punched above its weight, and Vijay, despite not campaigning across the state and facing criticism from various quarters, I think his change plank and also his emotional appeal to the youngsters and to the women to vote for the TVK in large numbers may have
But I think,
worked for
Sivapriya, I
him.
mean, pollsters, people on the ground, anecdotal evidence suggested that he was picking votes.
Yeah,
The question was how many and how much.
yeah, true.
Whether that was going to cross 20 to 25% mark and reach 30%, as
Yeah,
some pollsters suggested, or would it be just enough to ensure that DMK wins and it inflicts, more damage to the ADMK? So
yeah,
I guess it's too early to predict that, or to read that from the
true.
data. But speaking of Puducherry, since you've joined us, some of the people felt that probably Congress and the DMK, they delayed the alliance by too much, and that really helped the NDA to galvanize. Initial trends suggest that. You think?
Yeah, true. Like the NDA was actually a divided house when they went into the elections, but the DMK Congress actually did not actually put up a united front. They filed nominations. They asked their candidates to file nominations across all 30 constituencies, and Congress candidates failed to withdraw those nominations in about 5 to 6 constituencies. So it was a divided house from the beginning, and that is one of the reasons why the Congress and DMK alliance has not been able to perform very well in Puducherry. So the AINRC is benefiting from the split of the votes between the DMK and Congress, and also due to the friendly fight between the DMK and Congress candidates. So it looks like Puducherry is going to get a repeat of the AINRC BJP government, Sumit.
Uh, Now going to Trivandrum, Thiruvananthapuram, you've been joined in by Arjun Raghunath, who is a correspondent there. Arjun, uh, generally we don't see the governments in Kerala getting a consecutive term, but Pinarayi Vijayan proved to be an exception, and one of the reasons people say was the sort of work that the state government was able to do and deliver during the COVID crisis, 2020, 2021. This time around, he faces 10 years of anti incumbency. But then people also felt that uh, the left candidates, the MLAs, the amount of anti incumbency against them because of their performance was relatively less than that against the party. And probably that was one thing which the UDF was really banking on. So, what do you read of the initial trends that are emerging from Kerala?
Yeah, now it's almost 1 hour after the counting started. Now the UDF is maintaining a clear lead in 86 out of the 140 seats, and the LDF lead is going down in many of the constituencies. So that is there, and some key persons like some ministers are actually trailing, like P. Rajiv or Roshi Agustin. So as you said, I mean, like the LDF was in power for 10 years, and in the 2025 local body election, hardly 5 6 months back, an anti-incumbency factor was highly felt. Like the LDF suffered a lot while the UDF gained. But in the next few months, there was a lot of welfare activities like pension dues were settled, welfare pension dues were settled. As a result, during the assembly election, that the anti-incumbency factor was quite down compared to the local body election. But there was a sort of anti-Pinrai feeling, like he was there for the last 10 years. So, as you said, many MLAs were having, LDF MLAs were having a goodwill. But the general concern among the people was what about a third term, continuous third term? Will it be disastrous? That feeling was there. So I think that is being reflected now in the initial hours itself. The UDF's majority in now it's 87 seats they are leading. Even exit polls had predicted up to maximum of 90 seats. But in the initial hour itself, they are maintaining a lead in 87 seats. UDF. That is the initial trend.
Okay, thank you, Arjun. Over to Sumer in Guwahati now. Sumer, I think more or less the exit polls had predicted the scale of victory for the NDA was in doubt, but they were very clearly indicating that the UDA, the NDA led by Himanta Sarma in Assam is heading for a consecutive term, the third term rather. Any specific things, any indications that you're getting from the initial trends that how the Assam has polled this time around?
Yes, so what the local news channels are showing is that in the BJP and its allies are leading in 35 seats out of 126 and Congress in 8. But the exit poll results, as you rightly pointed out, had indicated about a landslide victory for the
So
NDA.
what local? What are the local channels saying? Please come again.
Yeah, local channels are saying that BJP and its allies, the NDA, is leading in 35 seats out of
Okay,
126, whereas the
and the other.
opposition camp is leading in 8 seats. This is
Okay,
the trend so far.
okay,
And also the exit poll results also indicated about a landslide victory for the NDA, but the opposition camp is unwilling to accept. So they are saying that they will form the government after 10 years. So
okay,
they have reasons to. Yeah, if you look at the results of the last election in 2021, the difference of vote share was very less. It was about 3 to 3.5%. This is one reason. Another reason is this is for the first time that, the Congress is having an alliance to two small regional parties, the Raizo Dal and Assam Jatiya Parishad, and these two parties has dominant in few seats in Eastern Assam, the Upper Assam district. So these are the reasons which makes the opposition camp confident. On the other hand, the BJP says, yesterday the BJP president, the state president Dilip Saikia said that the BJP will touch the three-digit mark this time and form the government for the third time. Sumit.
yeah, yeah. Sumer, please continue. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Anirban, we have been following some of the news channels in Bengal. I mean, for a very long time, I can see that Anand Bazar is ABP News, which is ABP Ananda, is around 59 to the TMC, 2 to the Congress, and 73 to the BJP. They're giving initial, leads to the BJP. But how do you read of it, the numbers as of now? Because now very slowly, we can see the election commission side also, the trends are starting to trickle in. A few numbers, but I think these numbers are being fed in directly by the returning officers, the people who are in charge of counting directly into the server, and that's how we're getting the results. Vis-a-vis the private channels who have deputed their own personnel there to monitor the counting and report on that. Looking at the initial trends as some of the channels are reporting, do you see a substantial erosion in TMC vote share, especially in the southern parts of the state, which should make TMC and Mamata Banerjee worried at this point in time? Or you think it's very early? It's very early.
Oh, well, I think it's very early because some of the channels in Bengal are now showing it's 73, 77, 73 for the TMC and 77 for the BJP. So it's clearly a tight contest, and of
Because
course,
I
if
think as of now, we would be getting only postal ballots, if I'm not wrong, initially.
yes, absolutely. Because I don't think EVM counting have started in any of the 77 counting centers right now.
Okay.
So, um, coming to the electoral math, if we look at limited swings, say around 1 to 2%, then this will remain a broadly a status quo scenario. The TMC would still be comfortably ahead, possibly in the 180 to 200 plus range. But if that swing increases to around 3 to 5%, then the contest will tighten. That's when the BJP will start making deeper inroads, particularly in South Bengal, parts of Jungle Mahal, and some urban pockets. But even then, the Trinamool will retain the structural advantage, and in particular in minority-dominated areas. But the real
See, there was
tipping
one
point will
interesting
come.
fact which I was, one interesting data which I was trying to understand. In 2011 elections, uh, when TMC contested the elections along with the Congress as an alliance partner, and TMC had around 38% votes, and with the Congress, the two alliance partners got mopped up around 48% votes. The left, when it faced a huge anti-incumbency, got around 41, 42% votes, with CPM being the largest partner, Forward Bloc and the RSP also bringing in the rear. In those circumstances, clearly TMC and Congress also got a chunk of the minority votes, which are around 27 to 30%. So I think that's the challenge I think BJP has faced this time around, isn't it? The challenge of Bengal's demography.
Yes, that is of course a challenge for the BJP because uh, also because of the SIR. The deletion of the large number of voters, particularly in the minority areas, uh, has actually reversed the drift in the minority vote bank of the Trinamool Congress. So I think if there will be very little fragmentation of the minority votes in the minority areas because the Trinamool
Yeah.
Congress succeeded in projecting the SIR as a targeted exercise targeting West Bengal and targeting a particular community of voters and particularly uh, to hurt the electoral advantage that the TMC claimed to have had.
Sivapri, speaking of Tamil Nadu, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think any government has been repeated in Tamil Nadu. Even when, it was, it used to fluctuate, swing from one end to the other end between Karunanidhi and Jayalalitha. Stalin, if he manages to do this time, would be a a huge achievement for the party. But then it would also set a stage for for the future course or trajectory of politics in the state if Vijay were to emerge with more than 20% votes. And under those circumstances, we can see also major realignments in the state politics, isn't it?
Yeah, Sumit, like I just like to correct that there have been governments which have been repeated, like MGR won
Okay,
3 times consecutively, Jayalalitha won twice, and in the
okay.
1950s and 60s, Kamaraj won twice. But no DMK chief minister has returned to power after completing a 5-year full tenure. So if MK Stalin becomes the chief minister this time, he is likely to create history. But as we speak, the Tamil television channels here are projecting that the DMK is trailing behind the TVK in all 16 seats in Chennai. We'll have to tell our viewers that these are early trends, but Chennai is a bastion of the DMK, which even the legendary MG Ramachandran couldn't break in his lifetime. And it took about 30
But
years of
these trends you're saying, these 16 seats are on the basis of the postal ballot initially, or has a couple of rounds already happened there?
yeah, like these are basically postal ballots. These suggest the government employees who have been very upset with the DMK and the AIADMK also found an alternative in TVK. This was actually expected. There have been reports that a lot of police constables and police personnel and the group 2, the group 3 and group 4 government officers, and these people might gravitate towards the TVK. I think that is what has happened. As we speak, the leads are like this: 68 for TVK, 53 for AIADMK, and it is about 50 for the DMK. So it is actually
Hurting
changing
DMK more.
every minute. So it is changing every minute. From now it's 68, 53, and 52. So like we'll have to wait till about 11 o'clock to see how
They settle
these
down.
numbers turn
Yeah.
out. So
Arjun, coming back to Kerala, I mean, what are the
Yeah.
trends suggesting? I mean, is it unlike in Tamil Nadu where it's fluctuating every minute? Have these trends settled down to indicate that which way the way voters have voted and which is what has been their poll preference this time around?
Yeah, now it's, I mean the UDF is well ahead with 90 seats. They are leading in 90 seats, while the LDF is in 45 seats solo, 45 seats only, whereas the BJP is leading in 5 seats, including Nemam as well as Manjeshwar.
5 seats, you're saying?
So we can say that the BJP may reopen their account in Kerala.
Okay,
They had one seat in 2016, which they lost in 2021, and now they
okay,
are maintaining a lead in 4 to 5 seats from the
okay,
initial stage itself. So that means that they may reopen account.
okay. Sumer,
Otherwise,
what's the trend?
very well
Yeah,
ahead.
but Arjun, please continue.
Yeah. Otherwise, UDF is very well ahead. They have now crossed lead in 91 seats.
Any particular constituency, senior ministers or senior politicians where we could see an upset victory or loss for LDF candidates?
Like major this thing is P. Rajiv was a prominent minister. He is trailing in Ernakulam. And Roshi Augustine, another prominent person in the cabinet, he is also trailing. Other details we had to receive.
What
Otherwise,
about any trends in Shelja's constituency? She was a very popular
Sunny
minister last
Joseph,
time around. She was
KPCC
asked to
president.
switch her seat.
Yeah, so KPCC president is leading. At
Okay,
present
Shelja
only
is
Nano,
trailing the
but
seat.
yeah, KPCC president Sunny Joseph is leading.
Okay. Okay. Sumer, what's the trend like, especially in Upper Assam, considering that Congress, had deployed a lot of resources there. They had gone for an alliance in those parts of the state. But they and all you also had, Jharkhand Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma trying to eat into a section of the tribal votes on which BJP was heavily relying. What's the scene like in the Upper Assam region of this time around?
Yes, so if we look at the equations in Assam, if there is any contest, that contest is going to be in the Upper Assam only, because in
Okay.
the Bodoland BJP BJP is in advantageous situation in Bodoland. Out of 15 seats in Bodoland, they are likely to get the all 15, or may not, maybe 13, 14. And in the South Assam, Barak Valley is also BJP is in commanding position. So if there is any contest, it is going to be in the Upper Assam, and because Upper Assam has maximum seats, 58 seats are there in the Upper Assam. So
So
both the parties,
how many seats is the
58,
India bloc
58,
taking up there? Eight out
58
of
seats out of
50.
126,
Okay, okay. Uh, you
58.
know, one last comment from both Sivapriya and Anirban before we wrap up this discussion. First to you, Anirban. I mean, Anand Bazar has been static at those numbers for a very long time. But what are the other Bangla channels saying? I mean, have they started giving more trends?
Yeah, because anandbazar.com, the portal, Anandbazar's portal, is now showing 103 for the Trinamool Congress and 105 for the BJP. So it's going to be a very tight contest.
Okay, very tight contest. And Sivapriya, what about Tamil Nadu?
Yeah, like the election commission has put out the initial trends now. So out of the 20 seats that they have given, that they are showing leads, 9 for AIADMK, 5 for TVK, and 3 for DMK, 1 for Communist Party of India, Indian National Congress, and 1 for AIADMK ally PMK. So it looks like it's a very tight contest. So we'll have to see. The numbers are changing, as I told you, Sumit. So we'll have to wait till about 11 o'clock to see how this contest shapes up in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, thank you very much to all our correspondents.
Sumit, can I
I
just
think
add one
yeah,
thing?
Arjun wants to say something. Yeah.
Yeah. Now some channels are showing a flash that Pinarayi Vijayan is actually behind in his constituency, Dharmadam. It's not at all conclusive. Just at this stage,
Okay.
he's trailing.
But
This
again, yeah,
photo.
it's early trend. It's early
Yeah.
days yet in the
Yeah,
counting.
early trend.
Yeah.
Now the ECI app is showing in Assam that Bharatiya Janata Party is leading in 16 seats, and whereas Congress in 2 seats, and BJP's 2 other allies, AGP and Bodoland People's Front, are leading in 5 other seats.
Okay, thank you very much to all our correspondents for joining us for this conversation. We'll be going back to you every hour, every 2 hours to get the feedback, and also on the analysis on how these electoral outcomes will shape up the trajectory of the Indian politics in the days ahead, in the months ahead. Thanks again, and to our viewers, keep watching Deccan Herald YouTube channel to get updates on the trends, and also in-depth analysis and reading into how these electoral battles are shaping up in the 4 states and 1 union territory. Thanks much for watching.